I'm going to show how I've trained my dogs to follow me off leash, like wherever I'm going, and to listen to me. Bambi, come. Go girl, Bambi. Yes, all of them know how to like follow me, stay with me, not run away. They do tend to get distracted and go where they want. I give them a lot of freedom so that, you know, they can run around and stuff. I don't need them. We have a big backyard, so I don't need them to stay right next to me all the time, like heel right next to me. So all of them have been like off leash trained, so they know how to follow me. Some of them are leash trained, so they know how to walk with me on a leash, like right next to me. But I don't really need them to do that, so they generally always stay off leash, and they love to run around in the backyard without running away, which is nice. Tubby, come. Tubby, good boy. Tubby, come. And, you know, obviously they won't always do this unless you've trained them how to do this. Of course, when they do come to you, I always like to give them a lot of praise and stuff. They all like to stay by me because they know they will get pet and stuff. They love to generally stay next to me. But, you know, they also like to run, play, have some fun, get some exercise. How I started training them is I took them on leash outside. They all just walked with me, right next to me, you know. And eventually I started to go out here and drop the leash. So they would generally follow me, and not all of them would listen all the time. But whenever they didn't listen, I called their name. I just went up to them, picked up the leash, told them to come to me. And if they didn't, just give a tug on the leash. Eventually they decided to come to me and stuff. And also I told them no, you know, like, they'll all like look at me when I say no. No! And then they all generally start to come to me when I say that. But, you know, they understand, like, they've got to stay next to me. And if they're doing something wrong, like they're focused on a deer, or they are focused on whatever they are, focused on distracted, going in the woods, you know, it's dangerous. So they all got to pay attention to me when I'm asking them to. And I also use shock collars. I started by taking 6 out at a time. I've got 6 shock collars. All of them have it on. I don't need to use it really anymore, but there's 6 of these dogs that have shock collars on if needed. And, you know, they all listen to me now. They don't need it at all, but they just love being out here. The shock collar doesn't really bother them at all. They're just getting some exercise. They love to be out here. But it's just, the shock collar is just another tool you can use to tell them no, rather than having to walk up to them and pull on the leash. The shock collars is just another way of pulling on the leash and telling them that they're... The way to train your dogs to get them to follow you all the time is I started on leash training them, and just honestly I dropped the leash because they have a big yard to run in. It's not like they're going anywhere. And then, you know, if they ever got too far away from me, I just went up to the leash and, you know, told them to come to me. And if they didn't, I would like tug on the leash, tell them no. And eventually they came to me, and, you know, you give them praise as soon as they come. Come on, Ginger. Yes. And they love it. They like being out here, obviously. And I'm not, like, too strict on, like, having them heel next to me, because I really just don't need them to. We've got a big yard, and they love to run around. They definitely don't need to stay right next to me at all times, as long as they listen to me when I call them, because you don't want them running away. Come on, guys. Come on. Go, Cherry. Oh, Cherry. Good girl. Hi, Estelle. I know. Stella. Gigi. Oh, Gigi. Good girl, Gigi. Good girl. Yes, Emerald. Emerald. Good girl. Bambi. I know. Yeah. There's a lot of them. They all want attention. They're all just, they're all doing well. Yeah, the way you just teach them the boundary is you start by, like, obviously I started with only a few dogs, like 2 or 3 dogs at a time, and they all generally stayed really close to me. Like, if the lady got that far away, or if that lady got that far away from me, then I would tell her to come to me because she's like roaming too far. But now they all know that they can go pretty much this whole field without me telling them that they're not allowed to roam any further, because they all are paying attention to me and they all know that their boundary is to stay in here. And you just teach them that just by, just telling them no and getting them to listen to you. And once they've listened to you enough times, they know that they're not allowed to do a certain thing, then they will just, they're pretty content with just staying in here. It's like an invisible fence all the way around the yard. So if I'm walking like this, they're all like running ahead of me or whatever. I don't generally mind it, but I can get them to stay next to me to a point where they're not going in the woods or whatever. Come on, guys. Come on. Come here. Inside. Come on. Lady. Rose. Come. Rose. Tubby. Tubby, come. Buster. So I get him to come next to me. Hey, come on. Heel. Good boys. Yes. Good boys. And then I can, no. Benedict, come. See. Hey, come on. Bernard. Hey. I just keep saying A or keep telling them no. And then they know they're not allowed to walk ahead of me too much. Lady. So this is about as close as I can get them. Obviously, there's a lot of them. Hey, Zach. They like to run ahead of me and stuff. But, hey, no, Ginger. Ginger, come. But eventually they'll stop doing that. And Clover. Gigi. Good girl. They stop doing that. Hey! And they're walking. No! They're walking with me.